All right, let's just keep on plugging away. So number 32 says the following. Secant theta equals 4 over root 7. Okay, and theta is in quadrant 4. Look, 4. Okay, find cosecant of theta. Okay, again, I'm going to just draw the picture up. Okay, now secant of theta. Remember, secant of theta is the reciprocal of what? Cosine, right? So secant of theta equaling 4 over root 7 is equivalent to saying that cosine theta is root 7 over 4. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw this triangle. We're going to make sure we know it's in quadrant 4. So that means we're going to draw it down here. Okay, so when we draw it down here, we're going to label things correctly. Okay, so the root 7, that's going to be the x. Okay, so be careful with that. Root 7 is the x. 4 is the y. So now we have to solve, 4 is the r, the hypotenuse. We have to solve for y. So what we know is that root 7 squared plus y squared should equal 4 squared. Okay, so 7 plus y squared should equal 16. Y squared equals 9. Y equals, that's right, -3. Why the -3? Because we're down here, this is a point, right? This is a point in the 4th quadrant. Okay, in the 4th quadrant, the y coordinate is negative. So this point here is root 7 together with -3. Okay, so now we have to find cosecant of theta. Cosecant of theta is the reciprocal of sine, which we know sine is y over r, so this is going to be r over y. So this is going to be 4 over -3. So cosecant of theta is -4 over 3. Okay. Looking at this, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay, we're all good. Okay, let's take a look at another one. 36. 36 tells us tangent of theta equals -2, and sine of theta is bigger than 0. Find cosine of theta. Okay, so we're going to put all our skills together for this one. Okay, let me start by drawing a picture. Well, not ready to draw the picture just yet, but I am ready to draw the axes. Okay, sine of theta greater than 0. So let me see real quick. Sine of theta bigger than 0, that means what quadrants are we going to draw this in? We're going to draw it in either the 1st or 3rd quadrant. I'm sorry, why did I say 3rd or 2? 1st or 2nd quadrants, right? Because we need to be above this line. Okay, y is positive. Now, tangent of theta is negative. That means that x and y cannot be the same sign. So that means it's either quadrant 2 or quadrant 4. So what was the match? We have a match with quadrant 2. So that's what we're going to draw it. We're going to draw this in quadrant 2. Now, tangent of theta equals -2. That's our next challenge. But let's just draw a random triangle in quadrant 2. I'm going to draw it like so. Okay. Oh, draw a little better. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get. Okay. So one way to think about tangent of theta being -2 is to think of it as being 2 over 1, and there's a negative sign in front. Okay, but since it's in the second quadrant, I'm going to put the negative sign on the x. Okay, I don't really need to, but that's how it's going to, that's sort of what I'm sort of thinking here. Okay, so we get -1 here, 2 here. This point is this point here is -1 comma 2. Okay, so now we got to find r. Well, r squared is, of course, 1 squared plus 2 squared is 5. R is √5. Okay, so let's find cosine of theta. Cosine theta is -1 over √5. I'm going to go ahead and rationalize this one. So we have to multiply by √5 over √5. So cosine of theta here is -√5 divided by 5. Okay? All right. I'll see you all in the next, and I think maybe last video, maybe 2 more for this section. Okay?